because I've got Graves' disease and a pituitary adenoma, I'm left with, I'll be left with very large hands and large feet, large ears and nose, because I haven't been able to have my tumor operated on. So these things, this is just some of the things that it does, which is kind of odd, because with MS it shrivels you up. So I've got one disease that makes me big, and then one disease that's, it's like they're keeping each other, you know. So maybe maybe the adenoma isn't an illness but a cure. Anyway, I don't think you'll find too many doctors agreeing with me there. To look after your hands, the thing I suffer with most is that the gas seems to creep into my knuckles, and these can become quite swollen and red and gigantic. I pretty much can't pick anything up. I can't do many chores. I can't do painting or any of the things I used to do. I can sort of do it, but it's not anything like what I used to do. And with dishes and that, it's very painful, and I prefer not to, frankly speaking. But when you're used to doing certain things in your life, you get enjoyment from, even if it's a chore, it's part of your life, and until you've done it, you feel like something's missing, or I don't know. Not too many people would miss doing the dishes, but I prefer to use lighter crockery, plastic if possible. They make some lovely stuff nowadays. It doesn't have to be horrible plastic. Picnicware, it can be really nice. And if I'm using good crockery or glassware, I let someone else wash it up. I don't feel like I have to do everything and then regret it. So, hands, painful, terribly painful. I can get cramps a lot, like if I often don't know I've got something in my hand. You gotta be careful when you go into a shop. You actually have to learn to look in your hands to make sure you haven't got anything, because you don't feel it, and your hand just, end up like this a lot. So I'm assuming everyone else has similar problems. It's like maybe you're sort of clenching because of the pain, but and then they sort of seem to turn inward and upwards towards the chest. You know, I often find myself, with them clutched up on my chest. So I do a lot of exercises like this, to keep the mobility and elegance of movement. You can see how I'm shaking. That's the Graves' disease. With Graves' disease, you can take medication, and it can really settle it down. I didn't get my thyroid burnt out. I kept it. It took me about 3 or 4 years of pretty strong medication, but I managed to keep it level. But you got to be very careful, because you can still get very, very sick. Graves' disease, you might not succumb to it, but it's always there. And it's like MS, it comes and goes, So I pull my fingers out. I'm forever pulling them out like this, just to loosen them up. Here, I wobble these this way and they pop. But people say don't do it, but if I didn't, I'd have gigantic, big, hard, stiff knuckles, like you see people like that. I'd be like that. I couldn't bear it. Again, here, when you're massaging your hand, this is a line of acupressure or acupuncture points. It's the same line that's on your foot. That's your neck. That's your lower spine. That's your things in between. And when you're massaging your hand, you press these points. You then help the rest of your body. These can be hard. These can come up and swell before your eyes. And what I do is, I just slowly squish it. It might sound weird, but you can actually feel, I don't know where the gas goes, I've no idea. It's kind of spooky, but where it comes from and where it goes. But I pull it and I make sure it doesn't stay in my knuckles. I've been a hard worker all my life, so I've used my hands doing so many different things. You'll see this is from scarred being outside, using machines, using all kinds of acids and paints and God knows what, concretes and just finishing everything. So be gentle, don't overdo it, don't worry your hands. You can soak them in a nice lukewarm soft water with maybe some sort of softener in it. You can use anything, hair shampoo, conditioner, water softener, bath salts, anything. Chamomile tea or something if you haven't got anything else. And I use olive oil. When I was younger I used to put Pond's cold cream on it, but now you can't get that product anymore. And just being gentle. And I find, like, because I have strokes all the time, my hands are numb. I don't always feel heat or cold or pain. Consequently, I can cut myself very badly before I recognize it, or burn myself. I don't do that so often anymore because I'm more careful. But when these things first came, the onset of all these really bad symptoms came in such a rush that I was prone to accidents because I did a lot of things. So, active mother of 2 boys and working different other projects, and so now the color of your hands can tell you your health. They should just be a nice healthy hand color. They shouldn't be too pale, they shouldn't be too red. If that's all dotted like with little red spots, there's something wrong with your I forget whether it's kidney or liver, but whatever it is, you need to drink a lot of water for over a period of a day, and they should go away. If it doesn't go away and you still have all these dark patches on your hand, go see your doctor straight away. Something's wrong if you got coloured patches on there. Okay, keep your hands clean, your nails short. Don't wear nail polish unless you have to. I love nail polish, I'm not against it. I just think that anything you just don't know what chemicals are in anything, and you don't know what's being absorbed into your body. And with this illness, we're so delicate, anything could really just turn your day upside down, and you could be making yourself sick. So I do my hands and my feet all day long. I also use my hands to massage my face at the same time. When you're tired and you rub your face and then you feel better, it's because you've activated all these acupuncture points which invigorate your body, at different points. And this is really good. I'm feeling good doing this. I'm feeling great. Yay!
Hey, Richard here. Am I qualified to talk about chronic pain and chronic pain management and to put out some posts out there on Facebook? Well, you be the judge of this, because this is my life. This is how I live. And I've lived with chronic pain for the past 25 years, and I've made a pretty good life of it. I enjoy my family, I enjoy vacationing. You can look on my Facebook page, and I do the most I can with my life. And now it's time to give back and actually help some other people out with chronic pain. I was just looking for statistics and about the suicide rate for chronic pain, okay? And the insurance companies do a great job of hiding that. What I did find out was that over 112 million people are affected with chronic pain in 2008 alone, and that number is rising with baby boomers and people getting older, and plus all the people getting injured on the job at an earlier age like I did, right? And so I looked at that, and then I looked at the rates another study that I had to go to another study to find out the percentages. And so out of that, it works out that over 150,000, more than 150,000 people have seriously considered and have thought out a suicide plan. And out of those, 0.7% have actually attempted it. So if I can help one person get over that and get on with living like I'm getting on with living, that is great. Now back to the person who said, am I qualified, right? Well, let's just take a look at this, okay? I'm going to flip my camera around here. And what you're seeing now is my daily routine, what I do for chronic pain. And my weekly, okay? To see all those pills there, that's 10 days. That's 10 days of pills for chronic pain. I take aloe vera juice. I drink one of those just about every week with my pills. I take those with my pills right there. This little bottle, this is pure gold to me. It's aloe vera crushed up, and I also take that. It's good for the stomach, good for the kidneys, good for the liver, for all the pills. Right here is a little unit I had to buy on my own, and most of you will see that a lot of these things have the EMS and 10s. Well, this one has a special setting right here that is specific for nerves, to help nerves reconnect again. And I'll tell you, it really works. It actually put me to sleep the first few times. As for, and back braces, okay? Sometimes I wear up to 3 back braces. I don't know if you can see those there, but 3 back braces at the same time, just so I can go through my day. But that's just part of my life now, right? Paperwork, okay? Let's talk paperwork. Can you see the mountains and mountains of paperwork that goes into an injury claim through an insurance company? I don't care what insurance company it is. This is the paperwork that I've gone through to finally say that, yeah, I'm injured, I can't work. And others go through this degrading system day in, day out. I'm going to make this real quick. I want to end it fast. Day in and day out. And you need to keep track, a file. You need a file system for all that. And I'm going to be getting into that later in some other videos, but mostly in a webinar. I'm going to be hosting some events for people with chronic pain. I'm looking for others that have championed chronic pain. I call myself a champion of chronic pain warriors. And I've got the information that I want to share. I've got how to keep your filing systems down, what to do when you get injured, what kind of health foods to take. I lost 57 pounds in 3 months because, believe it or not, you do gain weight when you get injured, and there are ways to lose the weight. And we'll be sharing that. We'll be talking about all kinds of things, the way it affects your family dynamics, your depression, especially depression, because you're depressed over money, you're depressed over your pain, you're in constant pain, people are in constant pain. I want to make the public aware of just what it's like to live with chronic pain, not to complain about it, but just to make you aware of, if you have somebody in your family living with chronic pain, what it's like to go through a daily, oh, you're so lucky you don't have to work anymore. Put an hour of that, an hour and a half of this a day, an hour on the treadmill, organizing your pills, going through paperwork. Being in chronic pain is a lifestyle. It actually is a full-time job just to be in chronic pain. So we're going to be discussing lots of that on my webinars.